Hey everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Today we're talking about working the dream versus living the dream. And the other day you guys should have told me I didn't have my lights on. I've been a little bit sick, had a little bit of a cold here, so I apologize. But yes, so many of you thinking, oh, living the dream? Is that the joke when you ask a soldier how he's doing? He's like, living the dream? No, that's totally not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about a lot of you are looking at people's online blogs and online things and saying, man, they're living the dream. Well, really, they're working the dream. And if you look at any of the channels I love watching at times, Elliot Huss, any of these other people who are just like busting their hump, making videos every single day for 5 years, it took 5 years for him to blow up, get where he wanted to go. And so when people send you messages like, hey, how can I make $4,000 every month in the next 30 days? It's actually insulting because it's assuming that, hey, what you do is easy and I can do it too. Yeah, you can do it too, as long as you're willing to invest in the time, the effort, the books, the money, the investment I've made in myself to get here. Even the other day when I played a game, what's the company I run? I have a painting company in Austin. I have a real estate management company in North Carolina, but really busted my hump here, making sure that not only do I have growth, upward growth, but also the ability to go for further in the future. So when you say living the dream versus working the dream, part of that is daily calls, daily knocking doors, daily being involved and getting more leads to my business and getting more calls to my business, right? For the painting side. So I actually have a partner and he actually works on a lot of that. And we also have a worker who does a lot of the painting jobs. So that keeps that very simple, very compact for me, right? So the next couple of things we're gonna do is probably put out like 200 van designs for painting gigs. Okay, online, every day, I kind of put out videos here, talking to you guys, seeing how you guys are doing, investing in helping you get to the next level, because I truly believe in the technique of each one teach one. And I'll say this is what really started making me do these videos, is I grew up in a childhood where I thought, man, we weren't that wealthy. We were kind of poor. And then I start talking to other people and God, it made my heart hurt that some people I've talked to, they've never been to a dentist as a child. They've never had their eyes checked till they were an adult. They've never been out of their hometown. And I would be talking about going on cruises for the past 15, 16 years with my family. And it's just the thing we do every single year. And they would look at me like I was a three-headed animal. Like they've never heard of that. They've never been anywhere. So they've never heard, right? So it was so interesting to see that and learn that, you probably are way ahead than a lot of people you think of. And a lot of people say, well, Erica, we just don't have much. But if you really sit down and track what income you have coming in and then see your bills, it's so amazing, the gap of and I'm not a believer in cutting out the coffee in the morning, cutting out the lunch. I believe you need to figure out how to get $15 more back into your life, right? And so it's just like one of those things where I'm like, the more I talk to people, the more I realize there's a lack of knowledge. There's a dearth of knowledge, right? Like I remember guys would say, oh, you lived in a military town. Isn't that terrible? Just all those infantry guys. And I go, no, there's dentists, there's doctors, there's lawyers, there's everything. There's computer guys, there's engineers, there's everything. But that comes from the dearth of a person just watching TV and thinking, well, all they do is carry guns and that's what they do. They do like everybody's an MP. No, there's like 700 types of jobs. Tons of them in the technical fields, tons of them in the hospitals, and therein lies where people are in the dream state. They think life is the best if they're like a travel blogger, which like you saw all these travel bloggers bust out, which is fine. But what happens is people think that's the only way to make money, right? So here's the thing from Steve Harvey. I don't think I can share it. It's been acting funny. But basically, Steve Harvey is like, he'd go to all these jobs, and every boss that was over him, he was like, why are you the boss of me? Nah, I'd rather go work this thing out myself and be the boss of me, right? And so many people watching my channel and blog believe they can run their own business. Okay, what's stopping you? Is it debt? Is it limited funds? Is it no credit cards to help you have advertising or working capital? That's really common for a lot of people, is to have a limited. And so I do tell people, go check out Dave Ramsey for a bit, till you can get yourself clear of that debt. But let's say you're like, Erica, I can't get hired anywhere. My cousin's fresh out of jail. He needs something to do. I would literally tell him, go get a lawnmower, get a truck, and go knock doors every single day. And if it takes him knocking 100 doors or somebody says yes, that's what he has to do. That's just it, you put on a nice face, you put on a nice shirt, you get to knocking, and somebody's going to say yes, but you don't get discouraged when the first 20 say no. That's the key. But the key is really having a system, a standard operation procedure. What do you do when business is low? What do you do when business is overwhelming? What do you do when you have employees and it's slow at the business? There should be standards for them to do, right? Let me look over here, see if anybody say anything. Hey, what's up, sister? I don't know, I say all the way. Looks like nutrition again. And Kay Cox, yes, cruises are lovely. Cruises are really fun. Like I've told you all this before in the other show yesterday. Like we would go on cruises, lived in the same city as certain people. We would never see them in the city, would see them every year on the cruise for the past 10 years. It was crazy. It was like, how do you live right around the corner and we don't even see you? But that's how big America is and how small it is too at the same time. But so some of y'all know my story, some of you don't, but like I basically, was working in the apartment industry and realized in real estate, like I'm giving out 70 leases to this person for $50 commissions of each lease. Well, that I could literally go do the same as a real estate agent and make more money. Okay, well then I'm sitting in the office doing billing as an assistant manager and see a painting company make $500,000 and realize I can put together a painting company and go knock doors and get employees to knock doors. So that was part of that too, right? It's all about having systems. If you want to invest in a moving company, but you're not strong enough to move, have staff that moves. If you're a blogger and you have a blog that's big, you can't write every day, have contributors. Same thing with staff. Every person you add to your company pushes the company forward. Because what happens if you get sick? I remember when I first came to Austin, my first time around, I was like driving for Uber, driving for Lyft. I was delivering pizzas. I was doing stuff all day long, about 18 hours a day. Well, guess what? My appendix goes out. Guess what? It was $42,000 for that appendix. But I literally was crawling into the hospital. I was going to burst. But at the end of the day, what do you do when you can't physically work? What do you do if you're physically sick? And I think a lot of people wait till they can no longer get any kind of job. They can no longer borrow any more money. Their credit cards are maxed out. And then they go, Erica, I need to start a business tomorrow. And you're like, look, it's best if you just go get, you go start a service company, you go clean yards, you go clean gutters, you haul junk, you do whatever you got to do because you're in dire straits. So it's a difference in living the dream and working the dream. Some people see the dream over there and go, oh, I can get there in 30 days. That's not always true. So let me check again. Look around at your current job. What's keeping you there? That's a question for y'all today. What's keeping you at your current job? And many people say benefits and health, but it's got to be more than that because I hear people say benefits and health. And what's funny about that is I had a guy, he was always saying, oh, I'm here for the benefits. And he had like a tooth that was like just rotten, just tearing up his mouth. And I'm like, you're here for the benefits, but you won't go get your teeth fixed? What the crap? Is it a massive home? Is it student loans? Is it car debt? These are really important questions because a lot of times people want to start a business and they've got like $5,000 a month that has to be paid. So it's tough. If you're a young person starting hour a day to the business you create. And I wrote an article on that about, oh, did I go out? Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no, did I go out? I apologize. I think I went out. So sorry about that. Sorry, you guys. I guess I went out. Sorry about that. What's the last thing you heard? Sorry. The CIA did get me, Mr. Cox. My ex's last name was Cox, so I'm kind of giggling. But what is the last thing you guys heard? Let me know. The internet's acting funky. Just keep me posted on the last thing you heard. So I did. Okay, if you're a young person, yeah, if you're a young person, it's just you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend, and you start a business on the side, or your spouse, and like they're helping you with accounting and getting moving. That's powerful. Like there's a guy who watches this channel, Urban Thomas. He's always talking about blue collar millionaires. That's a great show, but everybody on the show basically started the company, just them and their spouse, or just them and somebody else. Oh, the bad teeth? Dude, that's a long time ago. I guess I went out for a while. I apologize. The bad teeth I was talking about when I was going to school, and I have a mom who's been in the military 26 years. She retired. I would go to the dentist all the time. You know, our sister or my brother, we go get our teeth cleaned, get stuff done. And I would talk to people who'd never been to the dentist at all. Wasn't for the school coming with the fluoride, they wouldn't go. I mean, I talk to people as adults. I can see it when I talk to them. They ain't been to no dentist. And I'm like, you're an adult. I remember, I'm gonna tell you this story. It's terrible, but it's funny. I was working at Papa John's for 2 years at different stores, and there was a manager. Somebody had knocked his teeth out in jail, white dude. And he was a great manager, but to this day, he didn't have no teeth in there. And like, they were literally like, dude, you paying for these benefits, go get your damn teeth fixed. Like, it took one of our most rudest managers to come up to him and basically say, you need to get your damn teeth fixed. And it was kind of funny. So, I mean, it was like sad, but funny. But that's the thing. You could tell how poor people are. There's a story, and you're in the military, and my uncles always tell this story. When you're in the military and everybody gets their head buzzed, how can you tell who's poor and who's not? Their teeth. He's like, when everybody's got their head shaved and their glasses going on, you know, it's their teeth. Their teeth are messed up. That's the only way you can tell. And the pregnancy glasses. He says when you see the pregnancy glasses, you know, he says cracks them up. Pregnancy prevention glasses. But anyway, the point of this show was, how do you become your own boss? Reading, learning how to do basic accounting like P&L, like how much are we advertising? How much are we getting in? You know, committing 1 hour a day to your business you created. You know, look around YouTube, blogging, Instagram, and podcasts. There are a bunch of people out there catering to smaller audiences. Like if you just got 1,000 people who are dropping $1 to $10 a month, man, that's killer. You know, like there's a girl, I follow her on Instagram. I started following her blog. She put out a book. I went ahead and bought it. I'm like, I like her story. So bought $10 for the book. I think 500 people bought that book in the same day as I bought it. So now this girl has an additional $5,000 to go travel the world, which is why we watch her show anyway. Right? So that's the key on there. Let me see. Anybody? My son is 19 with no credit. What can I do besides piggybacking? You know, honestly, who is his bank? If he's got a nice, cool community bank or credit union, I'd take $500. Like tax season is coming up. I just did a video yesterday about don't waste your tax refund. I'd take I'd technically give him $500. And I'd say, we're going to go to credit union together, going to put it on a secure loan, and you're going to pay the $40 or $50 they ask for a month for 6 months. If he can't come up with 40, 50, you know, make him get a part-time job or deliver pizzas or something. But that basically in that 6 month time frame, he'll blow up. He'll have his own credit. Trust me. People think it takes like multiple lines, but 1 to 3 that are paying on time, like you could even go, here's 500, and then here's 500 for a little credit card, and just advise him like this credit card's only for gas, and that's it. And also talk to him about what he wants to do for his future. Is it college? Is it starting a business? Is it having, you know, is it owning real estate? You know, I have friends who, we went to college and they were like real poor. Like they lived in a trailer park on the bad side of town. You know, they were just these, you know, one poor white girl, one poor black girl. And we went to the same classes, business classes. And at the end, the teacher was like, hey, if you want to go to this second level higher class where I'll teach you how to get credit, I'll teach you how to do loans, I'll teach you how to buy a house. I didn't sign up for it. I was too busy goofing off, being in my sorority, goofing off, right? They go to it. Those girls end up buying a duplex. They end up buying a duplex with their student refund check. So they were so poor, they were getting like 10 grand back each semester in a refund check. Took that refund check, closed on a duplex. And by the time I think we were 3 years out of college, or was it 4 years? Three or 4 years out of college. Not only had they had that duplex in our college town, they went to the next town, got a job in Raleigh, got a townhouse there, and then one moved to Charlotte. So she was on her third property. So, I mean, if you start people young, check, you know, there's no limit to where they can go. Scotty Smith, go check him out in Dallas. He owned a property near North Denton, Texas, when he was like 20 or 21. And then by the time he was 22, he had like 3 or 4 properties. So it just depends. If you set people up when they're young, listen, there are so many people I know right now who, when they left college, their parents gave them a completely free $10,000 car, like a Dodge Avenger or Dodge a Challenger, and then gave them, money for their cell phone for the first 3 months. The financial difference in their life and a lot of other people's lives, huge. If you can start them off now, it's life-changing. Cox, what you never heard before, but that's true. I don't know. Was it talking about the teeth? Or are we showing something else? Any other questions you guys have about living the dream, working the dream? I mean, I had one of my clients is starting a podcast because he's a guy and he loves sports and he talks about sports all the time. And I was like, dude, do you know how many people click on and listen to sports reviews? All the time. Go start your podcast. Go get you 100 or 200 people who are like, I love this podcast, and will willingly throw $1 or $5 at it a month. People do it all the time. Or come up with some t-shirts, some merch, a hat, a shirt, like something with your podcast related on it. More people buy than you think, you guys. Oh, I had a question in my email the other day, and I don't know if you're watching the channel today because I couldn't get a hold of you, but spending $20,000 on traveling for a year and making a travel blog, yeah, it's worth it if I were you. I don't know who you are. I got you kind of in my email box, but couldn't get back a hold of you, so. Oh, yeah, Cox, yeah. Teeth thing is 100%. I mean, it's all day. Like, and people think, oh, they must be doing meth or they must be doing something. If you just drink soda every day and you ain't been to the dentist since you were 7 years old, like there's some people who it's just soda and cigarettes. It's not even drugs or something harsh. It's like soda and cigarettes have ate away their teeth. People just don't eat vegetables and stuff anymore. I'd love to learn, K-Cox, I'd love to learn step-by-step how to buy wonderful property. Now, the key is wonderful property. I'm gonna kind of like hit you on that one. A lot of times when people want to buy property, they want to buy property that they would live in. That's hard to do, right? Because what you get into is you go into neighborhoods that you would like to live into, and you only want to buy in that neighborhood. Well, then, just for example, that's $150,000 to $250,000 houses. But there's a lot of people buying $30,000 to $60,000 houses, and people live in there for $500 to $900 a month just fine. So wonderful property, define that. Is that a fourplex? Is that a triplex? What is that for you? What does a wonderful property mean? Yeah, the internet looks funky today. I apologize. I'm looking over it. But yeah, send me any questions you guys have down there. Any questions about Instagram? Any questions about starting a beginning of year, starting a business, or living the dream versus working the dream? Let me know. Or I'm gonna look over here and see if I have any. And also, people love following people on the journey. So there was a video that's kind of going viral. It's a girl who basically worked out for 100 days and lost 51 pounds. She was like 348 pounds. People love following people's journey, right? They literally they just love seeing somebody do something. And so some people, if you are start where you are and just let people follow you, it's pretty interesting. All right, I love to do that. How can you tell the difference between a good property and a bad one? I mean, it just depends on your city, depends on where you're investing. It depends on the numbers, because some people just go off numbers and then they're investing in a war zone. They're investing where they can't drive at night. Like I don't suggest anybody do that. No. A good property to me is one where it stays rented out, right? So let's say I'm in my hometown. I'm going to put it where the great schools are, because if you're a military family coming into town and you want to go where the great schools are because you have children and you're traveling with them all around the world, that'd be where I'd invest. I'd get the best property in that area. I mean, it just depends. Depends on your city. The key really is just getting it started, because honestly, there's a lady who watches my channel. Shout out to her in Houston. She basically bought a condo and basically ended up having her mortgage to be $347,000. Now imagine all the people paying $1,000 to $2,000 in rent monthly, and this woman's paying $347,000. It opens you up to actually work the dream. Now she can go do other things. The stress of paying high rent isn't there. I also mean structures and looks too. I mean, well, that just depends. Where are you investing at? What's the city you want to invest in? What's the place? Like, Like when I talk to people who are first-time investors, sometimes I tell people, you should probably go work with a turnkey company. Pitch roofs are great. I mean, it just depends on your city. Like I'm in Texas right now, and the quality of places I would invest in are mostly on the East Coast and South. They have the old roofs. They're made of brick. They're ranch-style houses, 3-bedroom, 2 baths, or 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. That's all over there, and that's in Waco, Texas, which is more than an hour and 30 minutes away from me. So you have to define what is the type of house you're comfortable investing in, and then find them in those areas. That's really the strongest part about structure and looks, because I can go in a house right now and it's ugly as crap and it smells like dog pee. But guess what? 10 to 20 grand and some Kills paint on the wall, you have a whole new place. That's the difference. And some people don't really look at it that way. Sister Malu, I don't know how to say that, boo. Ways on branding yourself for online marketing. So, I mean, just about anything. It depends on what your company is. What is your company? When people say online marketing, I always go, what's your company? Because right now, you could be taking pictures on Instagram every day and doing a ton of hashtags. That's online marketing. And you're sending people. The thing of it, the 3 you always have to remember. Who is my audience? How will I reach them? And how do I convert them? That's the 3. That's the 3. Hey, no problem, Cox, about the questions. Definitely just pay for a consult. The links are always below. Just hit me up with a consult. We'll talk it out. I mean, that's great. Enjoy your day. But yeah, Sister New, just let me know what is your online marketing company, so I can give you a better answer. Because honestly, if there's some people right now who are fitness instructors who SFC Boss 1, dude, write this down. SFC, I guess I started first class, Boss 1. I'm in the military station overseas. What can I do to set myself up for success before I get out in 2 years? Start today. Start right now. I want you to go look this guy up. His name is Nick Bare, NickBare. In the military, has been in the process the past 2 years getting out, started a YouTube channel about fitness and nutrition. He is actually leaving the Army right now with probably 7 figures off his nutrition company alone and opening a gym here in Austin. Well, technically Round Rock. You can start before you leave. Most military people I know, this is what happens. This is what happens, and don't take offense. My mom's military. I got a lot of military people in my family from a military town. The last 2 years, they go get the biggest house they can get with their LES. They go get the biggest car, BMW, they can get with their LES. And when they leave, after they've done 20 plus years and getting 2 to 4 grand every month for the rest of their life, they're stuck with really high bills. And so now they're they got to go back to work. So if I were them in my last 2 years, I would be building something to go to the next level, right? Whether that's rental properties management, because I know people in 2 years who can build a management company from 0 units to 200 units, right? They can go from, flipping one house or flipping multiple cars or starting a mechanic shop, all kind of stuff. 2 years is a long time. And knowing where you want to be when you get out is the key too. All right, where are you at? DM Brown, whatever message you have, it went away. I can't see it. It says message retracted. Starting first class Boss 1. I don't have any debt. Well, even better. Depends on what you want to do. Like, is it real estate investing? Is it, the key for me, if I was getting out of the military in 2 years, I would use my LES to invest in whatever property I could that I could turn around and rent it out. Or I would use the fact that I have no debt and find somebody to kind of work under. Either I'm starting a land care company or I'm starting some kind of company where I don't have to go ask people for a job. I'm just going from out of the uniform to doing what I want to do. And I think people don't think about that when they're getting out. They're just ready to get out. And same thing with paperwork. People don't want to do all the paperwork, and then now they're stuck doing 2 years more after they get out of paperwork trying to get all their money right. So stuff like that. L, that makes sense to me. Thanks, DME. I don't know what she said. I can't see it, you guys. Sorry. No problem. Starting first class Boss. Message me any questions. Hit me with a consult. Whatever you need to do. I was waiting for her to say ways on branding yourself for online marketing, but at the end of the day, online marketing right now, when I do all these YouTube videos, I have over 1,200 videos. It's inbound marketing. right? So you could follow on any video anywhere in the sphere of what I put out and want to talk to me. So every day, I mean, it's all about traffic too. At the end of the day, like the more traffic I get, you could hit me on any video, you know, where you can click that link and come talk to me, or pay and come talk to me, or pay and we go work together, or pay and we do credit repair, or whatever it is where you're hitting me at that particular video. And to me, that's living the dream, where I can help as many people as possible. You know, I'm sick right now, stay at home and enjoy myself, stay warm. And, you know, I know that Andrew and my partner Dan and them are out there, you know, recommending and closing on some painting, but not a ton because it's cold right now. Okay, so passive income, here's my thing, DM Brown. Besides, this is what she says, besides property ownership and real estate, I think passive income can be earned by way of an online site. True, but what are you selling on your online site? Is it ad space? Is it a product? Is it services? What is it, right? So DM Brown, like, I love when people say passive income because it takes activity to make it passive, right? Same thing with, there's an app I love called Acorn app. And I talk about it all the time on my Facebook channel, but I talk about Acorn app. If you invest $10 a day, at the end of the year, that's close to $4,000 a month, $4,000. Now you're gonna say, well, how, Erica? Well, some also in the Acorn app, you can, every extra change, every time you swipe your debit card, let's say something was $3.24. Well, 76 cents is gonna go into that account, right? So that's a passive income stream that you're creating for yourself for the future, but it's actively taking $10 from you every single day, right? Actively. And so, yeah, you got $4,000 at the end of the deal, but you how did it happen, right? It happened every day. Same thing with the passive income. People love saying passive income, but how are you going to get it? I have a client right now who has several hundreds of dollars coming in from ad space on his blog and working with different people. So you have to figure out what your passive income means, because a lot of times people don't want to own property or own real estate or own land, but honestly, 85% of multimillionaires, including Oprah, own real estate and land. And that's kind of where it is. You know, I think people want to go easy. They just want money hitting in their account like liquid gold, like ching, 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 ching. And that can happen. It really can. Like my friend does a sports channel. He has like a sports betting site or something. I hate to say it that way because I don't know exactly how to explain it to you. But it's like one of those sites where people do the fantasy sports. And his ads, hundreds of dollars a month. It's crazy. That's a lot of videos. Man, that's a lot of videos, but I'm thinking about doing a coding journey and putting it on YouTube. For sure, listen, you know, what you got to tell people is like, hey, this is my journey on coding. You know, some of the biggest sellers on YouTube are family channels, where it's a Black family or a white family or interracial family or Christian family talking about living life and trying to do the best they can with their kids. People love watching those things. They love watching people's journey, especially, you know, you getting from point A to point B and having fun while you're doing it. It says, sister, okay, thanks, Erica. Right. How do you sell ads on a site? AdSense, yeah, you sell ad space. Like, go to my site right now, I'll put it over there, and let me see. I'll put it in the comments. Okay, so you go on there and you see I have a box for empty ad space. And then you see I have my book for sale, which I sell like anywhere from 1 to 10 a day off that. And it's not a super glamorous site. It's a super basic site. And people still ask me, can they put ads on there for about $100 to $200 a month? It just depends on the traffic. You got to be able to show that this site gets a lot of traffic and it's worth them paying money. Because a lot of times people do like Google or other people put stuff up there and it's just not worth it because it looks messy. Amazon stuff, it's like, you don't need that crap. Sister, I want to own land. Dude, listen, there's a class I have coming with Esther L called Lands, Lots to Massive Cash Flow. It's one of the biggest and best things in North Carolina our family does, own 2 to 3 acre spots and put trailers all over them. And now you've got income coming in, because if you know anything about trailers or mobile homes, even those really nice modern ones, if you have the land, they will bring the trailer. And it saves you thousands of dollars on costs and setup fees. And people actually will live there for 3 and 4 and 5 years. Some people love to kind of be out of the city into the country a little bit, and that's a big seller. And even if you have 1 acre, there's a book called, Homestead. It might be Homestead something. Just Google Homestead on Amazon.com, and there'll be a ton of books. But there's like these little mini farms, 1 acre homesteads, 2 acre this, 2 acre that. You know what stuff you can grow on there, and take it to a farmer's market, or if you do honeybees, and now your land is technically a farm. And I mean, just it's countless. That's why we did the class, because it's like I just knew so many people had these questions about land and how to make money off land. Any other questions? I think I better get some food in me so I can stay alert today. So any other questions, definitely hit me up. Okay, Elle says, how do you connect with trailer companies? Easy. The ones on the side of the road are just fine. The ones on the side of the road, the ones selling in the lot, you know, just go up and ask them, hey, what are the fees? What are the costs for you bringing it to me? I have the class. It's not coming out till a few more days. I apologize, but I'll definitely have it out here. But it's called Land Lots to Massive Income. It's going to be on the Big Real Estate Life website. Let me see if I have my link I can put up here. I mean, y'all could join it for free now until it comes up there. So hold on. I'll put it up there. Hold on, I'm getting it. L, that's where it'll be. It's not up yet, but that's where it'll be. So right now you don't see all the classes, but that's where it'll be. It's not hard to connect with any of those companies. I mean, we even talk about hunting land on there. We talk about all kind of stuff in that class, because so many people are like, what can you do with land? Why is it so important? And that's why when I'm talking to you guys about buying land, man, I asked about the trailers because I'm in the city. I really don't see too many of those. Okay, true. I'm in Austin, Texas, and so a lot of them are pushed to the edges or the skirts. For you, what you would do is type in your cities. So this is the thing. The average American doesn't go 8 miles outside of where they live. And that's a straight up documented fact. The average American lives within 18 miles of their mother. I think it's 50% of Americans live in the same exact city where they were born. So if you go type in where you are, put near me, and we do this in part of the course too. It's kind of funny. Type trailer parks near me, or type trailer retailers near me, and it'll probably pull you up RV campers. I don't know. It depends on your city. Where are you at right now, Elle? Anyway, and so you do that and see one near you, and just get in your car and drive and go check it out. And go ask them prices and go see different things about them, because it's depending on the city. Some of them are cheap, some are not. Sometimes they have used ones. The key is, like, honestly, if you go on realtor.com and go 45 minutes or an hour outside of your city, if you think your city's too expensive, there's always land and there's always stuff to do. Midwest, oh, there's a ton of trailers out in the Midwest. Where in the Midwest? Are you talking Ohio, Indiana? Are you talking about Wisconsin? You know, Wisconsin makes a killing off of that. Wisconsin makes a killing also in Madison and the edges of Madison, investing in $30,000 to $50,000 homes and renting them out. Indiana right now, one of the guys I love working with, he's flipping 15 homes a month in Indiana. The third largest in the nation. I don't know what that means, Al. I just hear Midwest. I don't know what that means. Like, I'm from the East Coast and the South, so anything Midwest, I'm like, Midwest, what about it? I hate to do y'all like that, but I'm like, oh, the Midwest. The third largest in the nation city. I don't know what that means. I still will not literally be like, who? Chicago, Illinois? Ah, man, that's Chicago. It's Houston, Texas, though. So you're from Chicago, Illinois. Okay, well, then you just need to hit to the edges of Chicago, Illinois. My grandfather actually owns a home on South 92nd Street. I don't know how dangerous that is, but when I went to, every time I go see him, it's just a bunch of old Italians that live around him. So, I mean, you know, each city's different. Each investing market is different too. Right now in Chicago, if you go look up a girl called Principles of Increase, AJA McClanahan, she basically, her and her husband got a free home in Chicago, and actually turned around and bought another one. And she gets to be a stay-at-home mom because she has a free home. They paid off all their debt, And then they invested in other properties right down the street for the really cheap lots y'all have going on in Chicago. There's like countless programs going on in Chicago, though. Like right now, you can go on the city site and go look up development or economic development, depending on what your city will say on it. And they'll tell you, like, they'll be like, these are city-owned properties, and you probably get 18 to 24 months to work on them, and the city will give you X amount of dollars. So Chicago to me is people can invest there or leave there. It's up to them. I know Chicago lost 3,000 millionaires the past 5 years, and then they lost 300,000 middle-class families to the suburbs, well, to other states. But any other questions you guys have, let me know about living the dream, working the dream, or anything else, because to me, this is living the dream. This is like really stress-free. This is really stress-free for me, and it's just helping others. All right, you guys, so wrap it up. I don't see any more. Guys, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Again, got a little cold. I apologize. If you want to speak to me, definitely hit me up at the links below. Give me a shout out, give me a call. If you are looking to make money off land, got a course coming up. It's in the links up there. If you are looking to make money, or if you're looking to get business funding, let's be really honest. If you're looking to get business funding, set your business up this year, and use your business in a way that helps you make money, hit me up. I'm ready to work with you. Let's get this year kicked off right. Everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb blog. Later.